Hello everyone, Brian and PS4 Trophies. I'm going to show you the location of all the graffiti in Life is Strange Before the Storm. Now, there's 10 of them. Each one of them is going to yield you a trophy. Now, to get the Platinum Trophy, you got to get all the graffiti locations in all 3 episodes and then, of course, complete the game. And that's it. So, first one is going to be in the parking lot. After you get out of the school, have your talk with your principal, head over to this white truck as soon as you get into the parking lot here, as soon as you gain control of your character for the very first time, actually. So again, you're going to have a choice. In this case, I can hit square or circle. It doesn't matter which choice you made. Either one will get you the trophy. So now we're going to head to the Junkyard for our first of 3 graffiti locations in the Junkyard. Now the first one that we're going to find is in the boat. So when you're walking around the Junkyard location and you're picking up your items, at some point you're going to find this blue boat, and next to it's going to be a pallet. So all you need to do is try to climb the boat the first time, and then you'll have access to the pallet, which you can use to move as a ladder. Once you've done that, climb up into the boat, and then we're going to have kind of a little cutscene here. See the fire out there in the distance. Then immediately look at the red hood that's leaned up against the inside of the boat, and there you have your option of choosing graffiti.
Sailors of the 7 trash heaps. Got it.
All right, so the trophy for this will pop here in just a moment. There we go. So now we're going to have another one here in the Junkyard, and it's going to be after you've fixed up the truck, and then you're going to take a little break here, and you're going to put your feet up on the dashboard. Immediately after that, look at the cab wall behind you, interact with that, and then hit square there for the graffiti.
To make a first expression.
There is the trophy, and we have one more thing we got to get in the Junkyard here, and that is after the next cutscene, you're going to come into the shed. You need to look inside the blue bag, but inside of here is where we're going to find our 4th graffiti location. So before interacting with the bag, at which point you can choose and change your clothes, we're going to look over to the brick wall to the right. As soon as we gain control of our character. See this empty space here? That is a perfect place to doodle on the wall, so go ahead and select whichever option you want. Stand corrected. You have no option. So there you go. Next up, you're going to leave the Junkyard in Frank's RV. Now here you're going to have to find a journal, but before we do that, we're going to turn around. We're going to look over just to the left of the stovetop there. And there's a shopping list. So look at the shopping list, and that is what we're going to give graffiti here. Work or home is your options. So as soon as we pop this trophy, which we will here in a second, there it is. We're going to head over to the dormitories. Just outside the dormitories is where we're going to actually get 2 graffiti locations. The first of which is going to be right in front of us. You see the wet concrete there? They're repairing the sidewalk. What we need to do is walk through the wet concrete here, and that's going to create some footprints. As soon as you walk through, turn around, and you can interact with the wet footprints and select graffiti.
They're just too high risk.
All right, so once you've done that, you need to get inside the dormitory. However, you need to do a little puzzle. You're going to see the door is locked, then you're going to go over to where the maintenance man is. You'll see a set of keys. However, you can't access the set of keys until you break the sprinkler. So we're going to head over to this gentleman who's trying to take pictures of birds, and we're going to have to scare the bird a few times in order to get him to leave the sprinkler head here. So once he goes wandering off to take a photo of the bird, we can now interact with the sprinkler. We can break it. Now breaking this is going to lure the maintenance man over to this location to attempt to fix the leak here. Now that he's walked away from the room that he was just in, we can go inside of there, grab the keys, and get into the dormitory. However, we need to first do some graffiti. So we're going to go into this room. Once in, head straight back, look for the wall or the door right in front of you. You're going to have to look at the door first before you have the option to graffiti it. Now, once you pop this trophy, we're going to head into the boys' dormitories. And inside of here, we're going to look for the whiteboard here in front of room 105, right just to the right here. Now, we need to erase that and then draw our own graffiti on it. However, you cannot do it initially right off the bat. So what you need to do is go inside the room and then look for the computer in the corner and open the drawer of the computer desk. And inside of the desk, we're going to find a journal. So you need to read that journal before you can exit the room and graffiti the whiteboard just outside. Now, just a quick note, there is none of these are missable. All of these are perfectly fine to get after you complete the episode. Once you've completed it, you can go into collector mode. You can load up any of the chapters and get the collectible. If you do that, as soon as the trophy pops, you can exit out and then reload any other chapters, just in the event that you did miss any of these graffiti locations your first time through. So here we go. We now have the option to erase the whiteboard, and at this point replace it with our very own graffiti.
Write poetry about me, eh? What do I want to say in response? Roses are red, violets are blue, and you're kind of a creep.
All right, so for our next graffiti location, we're going to leave the boys' dormitories and we're going to head backstage. At this point, you're going to have to take part in the play. So you're going to get in costume. As soon as you're in costume, you have the script right in front of you, which you do have to look at. But if you go to the mirror just to the right, you can then put the graffiti on the mirror. Death or tragedy. Not much of a choice there. Pretty gruesome either way. So now that we got the Vanity Fair trophy, the very last scene of episode 2 is in Amber's house. Amber's house, you have to do a long sequence of events in order to get to the time in which you can do your graffiti. So first, we're going to talk to Rose here, and we're going to ask her about setting up the table. So we're going to offer our help here to set the table.
Yes.
So go through that, then you need to grab plates. So you can find that in the cupboard up here.
No skeletons.
Open this, and then you can get right inside, take the plates out of the cabinet. Make sure you do that.
It's off to the table.
Now, after you've done that, you have to take them over to the table. So go ahead and hit X once you get to the table. And after you've done that, you need to go back to Rose. You need to speak to her again.
Yes, Chloe?
At this point, we're going to have the what next option, so go ahead and select that. Now we need to go get a drink for James. So go over to James, and we need to find out what he wants to drink first. So he's sitting here reading the newspaper. Go through this dialogue option. Select drink there, and you're going to be talking to him for a couple minutes. Now once you've done talk to him, go back to Rose once again. Speak with her. We're going to tell Rose here that James wants a sherry.
The boss man would like a sherry.
And at that point, you need to get a glass for James. So we're going to have to go over here by the dining room table.
Glasses. Damn. The ambers are fancy as
You're going to be
shit.
told to grab the triangle glass. After you've done that, make sure you select take. As soon as you take it, walk to the opposite end of the table. Place the glass. Now, once again, we are going to go back and talk to Rose.
Yes, Chloe?
Now, Rose is going to ask you to, you're going to have to select more there, and then she's going to ask you to light the candles on the table. As soon as you finish this dialogue thing, she's going to turn her back to you. She's going to go over by the dishwasher. At that point, you can go to this, this graffiti location here on the refrigerator. Now, you have to first look at this little this newspaper
Fix
clipping,
this photo.
after you've looked at it, you're given the option to add graffiti. So again, you have to look at it and then graffiti. That will be the final collectible here in episode 2. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe.